this was the most awkward silence for everyone watching on a Twitch stream. And I welcome that awkward silence. My name is Holazor. That's legally on my birth certificate. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You were previously listening to Rick on the Mountain on Splinterlands TV. Welcome, everybody, to this land, which is formed of splinters. So I hope you've got your tweezers ready, because we're going to go through and do some Guild Brawl battles. And yeah, Rick is the only one that was paying attention on his own stream, which is rather surprising. So I could ricked it, but no, I'm going to let some other people probably, potentially, maybe catch on. And that gentleman you hear laughing in the background is indeed Rick, still listening. So, hello everybody. Fraz did nothing wrong. I recognize you from last week. You're still here. What are you doing with your life? Arnie Boy, welcome. Bordell, good to have you as always. Kyle, Mobiter, Camino Chili's, Cots Carlo, Rick's here. Gijo Show You, hello. I think that's a new name. Cleofatrix, a frozen Turon. I almost read that as a frozen neutron. Now done. I didn't survive the walk because it never happened because it was raining and my friend called it off. Cardo Card, welcome. JB Saints, welcome. Pokepox, welcome. Bordell, he understands too. And hey, Walk the Grid. What microphone is that in front of me? It is a blue snowball. Let me move the camera. The red bits that you see on it are electrical tape, because the sticker that has the serial number on it is peeling away, because the microphone is something like 20 trillion years old. And
old.
it's in need of some affection like that. And I was fiddling with the sticker and I peeled it completely off. And I don't know if that sticker has a functional purpose, but I don't know. Red electrical tape was the only thing that I had at hand to make sure that the sticker continued to stick. Because I am a MacGyver man. These fossil mics are the best. Yeah, it is a blue snowball. It looks like the serial number for it starts with the number 1, so it's probably super duper old. Hey Daru, welcome. So we have things to do on my stream today, and one of those things is to put in my brawl teams, and that is something that I'm going to do. Oh, I didn't survive the hike, Super Cow. The hike never happened because liquid fell from the sky on that day. And for those of you who were not listening, we did have a keyword, and currently there's only 2 eligible users. So if you guys haven't cottoned on by the end of the brawl battles, then there's a 50-50 chance that Bordell or Rick is going to win. So I'm sorry. You should have been paying closer attention. No, I did give the keyword, Pero. I did give it. Alright, here we go. I say roll it now, says Bordell. Look, I almost did, but I would have gotten accused of rigging things. Okay, what are we doing here? We have a guild battle where I can play Quora, but it doesn't really matter. Man, now everyone's cottoned on. That's great. You guys have brains, which is excellent. I appreciate it when people use brains. Unless they're zombies, because then they eat brains. And I wouldn't really say that uses brains. It would consume brain. But isn't consume just another word for use? I don't know. I'm not the law maker of English. It'd be fun too, though. Okay, what team am I playing here? It's just standard rule sets in a brawl. Well, summoners don't have bloodlust. I don't know what summoner I want to play. Let's go with Quicks. It will slow down the enemy. And then we'll select some sort of bloodlust creature. If only she had double strike. We'll go with... Oh, that's 7 mana. That's super expensive. We'll go with the cheapest gladiator. And we'll throw Vruz in. And... Murdhampier. I guess we'll use that good old cruel Cethropod. And... yeah, I'm going to throw in a Kelp Initiate to try and keep the back line alive. That was the slowest team select I think I've ever done in my life.
Yeah, that card is magnificent.
It's a pretty good card. I'm just really sad I don't get to see that battle happening. Isgard plus Rust equals win. A bit too late for me to consider that now. I can play double gladiators here, and Quora is certain to stay alive at the very end. I think that means Quora gets to go. Bloodlust. So we play... oh, we can have the best of both worlds here. We can have Quora and Catrabella.
Oh, nice.
Oh, no. The rule set is no sneak. That's a shame. How's about we just throw in Tatiana Blade instead? Just be completely brutal.
Yeah, that sounds pretty...
Why did I keep Catrabella in and not Quora? What am I? Some sort of not able person? Not properly abled in my selection of creatures? Since armor doesn't matter, let's throw my Silic Slipspawn in the front. And we'll go healer number 1. Healer number 2. And another roadblock. Please let me watch this battle. Oh yeah, we get to watch a battle. Oh man, Scattershot. Oh, absolutely disgusting. And I played Taunt for a reason. Yeah, Sideswipe. Here I feel truly rigged. And of course, every Scattershot attack, who did they go for? Only Quora.
Yep, naturally.
Rigged. There goes my gladiator. One of them. I like how my opponent didn't play any gladiator. Well, we'll see how Quora's last stand goes. If she makes it that far. 50-50 chance now. Okay, good. She got her last stand. But now she's got to take all the damage.
I was like, wait, Quora gets last stand? No, you have Llama.
Yeah. What a useless card. Quora's terrible.
Yeah, terrible.
Absolutely awful. I bet they used Xbot to select their team. Clearly rigged, I agree. Equal opportunity, aim true, back to basics. That's a terrible rule set. And Kitty's banned. So we're going to go with Kalia, I guess. And I think I'm just going to go with all magic. as much as I can get away with that. There's triple magic. Quad magic. Go rent a Jotun. I have a Jotun. I don't need to rent a Jotun.
He does not need to rent a Jotun.
I just didn't choose the Jotun. I wish I could play Jotun with Water Splinter. That would be great. Alright, I think enough people have entered. So somehow Cardo Card has been awarded a victory.
Wow.
Is Cardo Card here? They are. Alright, I hope you get a common.
Wow, that is 3 times in 2 streams.
Let's see. Well, it's a gold foil Windeku, so that's alright, I guess. It's a good card.
This is a very good card.
Well,
I could really use that. I have a gold foil Windeku that needs to be pumped.
They can't win twice in a row, so here's Cleofatrax. Who gets a Kulu Swim Hunter. And to conclude the first hour's worth of giveaways, it's Kylelp. Actually, no, I'm just going to get these all out of the way now. Give people no reason to watch the rest of the stream. Nah, psych. You guys have to wait. You guys believed me. That's funny.
For a second.
We're going to keep the keyword the same throughout, though. It'll stay as rigged because I'm lazy. This one here is a real battle. You know, when I want to grow up and be a real boy. Hey, Techie. Welcome. Exactly. No zeros. I'm just going to let the timer expire on this. Actually, no, I'm just waiting for Archmage to submit this battle for me because I'm literally that lazy. I don't wish to be all that entertaining at all. So we're going to go look at the Splinterlands Peak D community in my regular segment of Find the Meme that I perpetually ask you guys to post in the Splinterlands community. And I perpetually become disappointed in all and sundry because they're just not there. So therefore, I can conclude that you guys all hate me. It's a logical progression. There's just there's no love here. There's no clearly labeled or patently obvious meme posts. There's nothing here. You resist? Well, then my upvote finger resists also. I can't believe I've gone 18 hours ago. And there's still nothing. Nothing closely resembling a meme. What's your excuse, people?
I don't know how to make memes.
I handled this objection last time. Let's do this together. We go to this website, which is agonizingly, searingly illuminescent. And you find a meme template like this one here. And text one is Posting Splinterlands memes. And text 3? No. Not getting a vote. Actually. Not posting Splinterlands memes. See, it's simple, guys. You just do something like this. And there's a Splinterlands meme. Or voting no to DCB, having voting yes to DECB, having the community hate you even though you're right, being a sheep, right? There's a Splinterlands meme. I just need to generate this meme and make it larger, and then open the image in a new tab. There you go. There's a meme for you guys. Right? That didn't take me very long at all, did it? Right? This is how you make a Splinterlands meme. It's the ultimate form of proving that you are indeed a human. In fact, that's how we can combat bots in the Splinterlands community, is that in order to prove that you're not a bot, you must submit a Splinterlands related meme, which is then manually validated by a human. And then, and only then, will you be permitted to battle. I feel like this is the ultimate anti-bot proposal. Does anyone agree with me?
Wouldn't they have to hide?
Sorry? Sorry, Primarog, I didn't hear you there.
Wait, Rick?
No, we just had incoherent mumbling instead.
I can't hear anything Rick is saying. Can you hear me?
Rick is saying nothing because I'm the real streamer now. I can hear you though, Prime.
I'm so sorry for bursting in on you like that.
No, it's all good.
Oh, fair enough.
If he minded, he wouldn't be in the chat still.
Can you say that again, Rick?
I said if he minded it, he probably wouldn't be in the chat still, but...
Fair point. I was going to ask you with regards to your meme detection service,
yes.
How many different linguistic specialists would Splinterlands have to hire to implement this plan?
You see, you just get other players that are waiting in queue also, and then they give it a thumbs up. That they're like, yes, this is a valid Splinterlands meme.
So the memes would be anonymous.
The memes would be created by your opponent for the battle that you're about to enter.
Oh lordy, that's interesting.
Totally meta. I'm making this up as we go. I have not thought this through.
We want our film to be beautiful, not realistic.
Yeah. I mean, Can you imagine playing against the person who just created a meme that you have to bear witness to in order to enter a battle?
Maybe the folks should have to.
You could even have it so instead of it being like ripped Doge and crying Doge, you could have like ripped Cursed Windeku and then crying Cursed Windeku. So you just make all these meme formats be completely Splinterlands related. This is what the team should be working on instead of Land 1.5, in my opinion.
You know what? Yes. Anything that pushes back Land, I'm game for.
This would also drive new player adoption because it would be the first meme-enabled game.
Oh, powered by me.
Well, first meme-enabled game, to my knowledge. And it could be marketed through bombastic press releases alleging that it has the best memes. Speaking of memes, my team here is going to struggle significantly because of that repair. But my Stitch Leech just got martyred up, which is nice. But now my Stitch Leech is dead. The funnier the meme, the greater it equates to SPS reward. Yes, and then you can have a meme hall of fame, which then becomes the loading screen messages. I think we've cracked it. We need to get this question on Town Hall. Or we need me to repitch this, clip it, and then get it to be clip of the week. You're really quiet, Prime Rogue.
What about now?
Nah, you're still almost silent.
And now?
I don't know. Let us know in the chat, guys, if you can hear Prime Rogue.
Okay, well, I was just going to ask.
There we go. That's normal.
Oh, okay. I was just going to ask, is there going to need to be a default meme template?
No, it'll randomly select a meme template each and every time. So you have to think on the fly.
Okay, just like humans do.
Yeah. And
nice.
If your meme has been previously submitted or the wording's been used before, your meme will get denied and then you're not allowed to play.
What if you use AI to generate the meme and it produces a string that sounds human-like?
Oh, I don't know. That would be circumventing the anti-bot with bot.
I know, but it would be a smarter bot than the baseline bot.
You could just accuse the other player of being a bot with like actually no, you create two ladders. You create a meme ladder, which is basically did the player thumb up your meme? And the people who are at the top of that win SPS from the DAO.
Ooh.
So there's like there's like the leaderboard for actually playing the game, then there's the meme leaderboard.
Yeah, it's a question of is why don't you draw a formal proposition up for this?
I think we could crowdfund 100,000 DEC for this.
Wait, it's only 100,000 DEC?
If we had 100,000 players and they each donated 1 DEC.
How much is 100,000 DEC? Isn't that just like...
It's like 80
bucks.
100?
It's 180.
It's like 80 bucks.
Is
$80 worth this joke?
I would pay 1,000.
Will you pay me 1,000? Because I will absolutely do it.
See, I would write this up as well in a very convincing and serious manner.
I mean, I can totally see how this can be done convincingly. You don't have to use the word beam a single time.
Yeah, that would be like the challenge.
Or you can just use it in the proposal.
Yeah.
I mean, in the title of the proposal.
Yeah, it'd just be like anti-bot implementation phase 2.
JPEG-based anti-bot mechanism judging system.
Non-capture JPEG. You'd have to name it like an academic paper.
Exactly.
With a really obscure title that sounds all fancy but has no actual substance. I'm getting... I want to write this live on stream after I've done
the illusion of humanity in the Splinterlands metaverse. A post-humanist approach, a novel post-humanist approach to developing anti-botting mechanisms to benefit the human community.
Or do we want to get on the wrong side of Roscoe's Basilisk here?
Very much so.
I'm just sad that there's not more engagement in the chat on this highly exciting and novel technique.
Well, you're not giving anything away right now, are you?
Well, I guess. People just don't seem to be in it for the fun. They just seem to be in it for the rewards, right?
Maybe we're being too meta for them.
Perhaps, but this is the greatest moment I've had on Splinterlands TV in quite some time, I feel.
I think that, this is perhaps a breakthrough, one small step for humankind, one huge step for humankind. Are you suggesting that this would take us to some sort of orbital rock? Well, in the language, in the parlance of crypto, I think this might take us to the moon. Truthfully, the value added that this proposition would bring in terms of use cases, scalabilities, and synergies
Oh god, he's using all the buzzwords.
We could totally write this live. We propose the introduction of a novel, proof of stake-based, human-generated JPEG validation.
Proof of humanity?
Proof of humanity. I lost my train of thought there. We propose the introduction of a novel proof of humanity system predicated. We should use predicated instead of premise.
We propose the We propose the synthesis, because that sounds more scientific.
Oh yes, very much so.
We propose the synthesis of a novel, experimental.
A novel and experimental.
Yes, a novel
proof of humanity system.
Proof of humanity. Integration.
Into comma. I would say comma.
Yeah.
Synergizing to combat the inhumane.
Synergizing to I'm going to say to declare war upon the inhumane and tyrannical miscreants.
Hegemony.
You need to also use what's that word?
Scale?
Scalability? No. You use it to describe reality, but it's not like
ontology.
Yes, ontology. We need to use ontological somehow.
We could start the next phrase with ontological.
Yeah, synergizing to declare war upon the inhuman and tyrannical miscreants that extract beneficial outcomes from the Splinterlands ecosystem.
Metaverse. Ecosystem is better, yeah. The ontology of this project is firmly rooted in a traditional concept,
traditional illustrative
ontology of human nature.
The ontology of this project
the ontology
is firmly rooted in a traditional illustrative
and participatory an illustrative and participatory logic experience informed by the work of what's that guy's name? Bourdieu.
No. Who was it? The atheist guy, because he's the one who popularized the internet meme. Richard Dawkins.
Richard Dawkins, yes.
Informed by the work of Richard Dawkins and other incredibly intelligent cultural theorists and anthropologists.
Don't forget futurists. You need the word futurist.
Yes. Who
I wish I was a futurist.
In the past were called futurists. Okay, we're going to pause there because Bordell makes the claim that they made a meme.
What?
Well, yeah.
I mean, they should probably win whatever next prize you're giving out automatically.
You know what I love about language like this? It's so inaccessible, and yet there's a great tool that came well before
the postmodern generator?
ChatGPT? No. There's this thing that I used to use called the Hemingway app.
Ooh.
And Hemingway was known for writing very simple language. So if we take our text here,
oh my god,
and we put it into Hemingway, our readability is at a postgraduate level.
I mean, to be fair, I could read that at the undergraduate level. I would expect that a third or fourth year undergraduate.
Yeah, but it also gives you tips on why your writing is bad. And I love it because we're aiming for terribleness in this. Like we were saying earlier, that the best approach to the the perils of academia, and in order to satirize it, you must first know how academia works. And that's great. That's excellent.
I mean, yeah, I love the kind of inherent two-tier satire that's being deployed here.
Yet to the outside observer, they're kind of like, I want the drugs that these people are on. Right. Now that I've gone down that.
No. I have a great next sentence to start with.
Yes.
As we populate a world premised on resource scarcity. I don't know where it goes from there. That's a reference
of resources. We've got to bring in universal basic income into this.
Yes.
We must ensure that all human offspring... human offspring...
Yeah, that's perfect.
...considered carefully in any change in socio-economic,
political, and cultural.
What's another word along that?
Socio-political, cultural, economic,
religious,
epistemological.
Yeah, that's a better word than religious.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to spell epistemological.
Epistemological.
Something. Oh, look at that! I got it. Oh, I got it right for a moment until it tried to look it up. So we're just gonna do the lazy thing and Google it. I didn't get it wrong by much.
I would guess it's EPISTMOLLOGICAL.
Congratulations, you win the spelling bee.
No, he forgot an E. He said EPISTM. It's EPISTEM.
Yes, that's true.
Epistemological. Easy.
Epistem, the Latinate root, yeah.
Yeah.
And then logos.
As
the logic.
As we populate a world premised on the scarcity of resources, such as SPS,
notably SPS,
notably, and most importantly, SPS, we must ensure that all human offspring are considered carefully in any change in socioeconomic, political, cultural, epistemological, or Dow shaking, Dow quivering. I want something that like shakes. Or revolutionary use cases for the Dow.
Then just go on a tangent here and say. The metaphysics of Kant must triumph over Bentham's utilitarianism. Before going to the next sentence.
Oh, I have to stop. we have to stop. This is.
What if the proposal passed?
I think. This is a great proposal, but we're 3 paragraphs in and we haven't yet gotten to the point.
We're getting to the point.
It's got to be at least 4,000 words.
Oh, I could write 4,000 words in like an hour or what? The next sentence should start with, given... Can you repeat the last sentence?
I'll just read everything that we've got so far, because Daru's entered saying, what is the discussion now? We're going to create a new proposal for Splinterlands that the anti-bot measures are you must create a meme in order to enter a battle, and then your opponent thumbs up the meme, and then there's a secondary leaderboard where you give a thumbs up or a thumbs down based on the quality of the meme, which also rewards SPS in addition to your battles. So far, we propose a synthesis of a novel, experimental proof of humanity integration, synergizing to declare war upon the inhuman and tyrannical miscreants that extract beneficial outcomes from the Splinterlands ecosystem. The ontology of this project is firmly rooted in a traditional, illustrative, and participatory experience of engagement, informed by the work of Richard Dawkins and other incredibly intelligent cultural theorists and anthropologists who in the past were called futurists. As we populate a world premised on the scarcity of resources, notably and most importantly SPS, we must ensure that all human offspring are considered carefully in any change in socio-economic, political, cultural, epistemological, or revolutionary use cases for the DAO.
Oh, what is the next line is
do you want people to actually read the proposal? Yes, I want Aggroed and Yabba P Matt to sit down and read this and go, what the actual hell?
the instrumental and performative nature of the SPS system will play an increasingly salient role that will determine the future of humanity.
in the outcomes of humanity. So the instrumental and performative nature of the SPS rating system will play an increasingly salient role in the outcomes of humanity. That feels like it needs to start the conclusion of the proposal. Bordel's just shared the link to their meme. Let's go have a look at.
Good. I can't see it, but you can describe it to me, perhaps.
Yes. Soon you'll need to stake SPS to get rewards, but the requirements will be the same as the tournaments, right? Blank stare looking back at the lady, right? They will be plus some undeterminate percent. I can't spell words. Indeterminate. Undeterminate is not a word.
It's not, no, unfortunately. Unfortunately, indeterminacy is the nature of the game.
Yeah, I feel like there has to be a Heisenberg reference now and uncertainty principles.
Oh my god. Just start the next sentence with the irreducible uncertainty of
as described by Heisenberg in his...
As described by Heisenberg, the irreducible uncertainty of our quasi-dystopian future meeting the present.
Let me just finish.
Spurred on by globalization. Spurred on by the perilous forces of postmodern globalization. Spurred on by the perilous forces of postmodern globalization.
I just want to write something at this point that is basically describing what people must do. We're just going to write some dot points. This is my personal style of writing. Once the battle button is clicked, a randomly generated Splinterlands meme template is assigned to the user. The user must, in 30 seconds or less, create an original, unique, and hilarious Splinterlands related commentary. The opponent asynchronously, that is a tough word.
It's not asynchronous, it would be synchronous.
Oh yes, it would be, but asynchronously sounds better.
We could use it somewhere else.
Yeah. Maybe that can be for brawls. We'll use the word there.
Yeah, because it would be asynchronous.
Tournament.
Yeah.
The opponent synchronously does the same. Once both memes have been created, the players must review the memes with a thumbs up or thumbs down. A thumbs up will result in, and we got to make this really meta here, +3 rating, while a thumbs down will result in -28 rating.
Ooh, maybe there should be a discussion of the loss of relative staking power.
No, we want the proposal to actually pass.
Yeah, good point.
This rating will be allocated on a new leaderboard with the same division, so you can be like, I'm a champion meme master.
In the interest of preserving scarce resources, the leaderboard will be...
Because each of these will be like one of these ridiculous paragraphs on their own. Wouldn't it be more productive to actually fit Matt's staking SPS formula? But no, this creates new reward pools in which people can participate.
Yeah.
This goes beyond that. This creates a new reason to create, to gain SPS.
But would we need...
Makes it more accessible.
Would we need to generate a second proposal in which we would describe a sink through which this SPS could be used?
No, because the sink's already there. It's the existing staking mechanisms. Well, this is going to be a lot of words by the time we're done.
How many words do you say has to be minimum?
I was going to say 4,000. And I have
4,000 words or 4,000 characters?
Well, 4,000 characters. I could do that in like 20 minutes.
5 minutes. Yeah, barely. Because I don't remember all proposals being very long.
Let's actually go have a look, because most proposals are fairly short. Oh, you know what would be hilarious as well? Is that you fund the proposal by burning certain cards, and only those cards.
Part in the Splinterlands ecosystem.
You see, can you create polls in Peak D? No, you can't. Not yet. You can create polls on Leo Finance.
But I can't log into Leo Finance for some reason.
I think it dislikes Firefox. I tried.
I don't use Firefox.
Oh. Well, neither do I, but I thought I'd accuse you of being a Firefox user. I'd like one asking how many lines of the proposal people actually read. I'd like one that also asked some demographics of the Splinterlands people who do read and vote upon proposals. Like, what is your...
proposal about proposal.
Well, what is your educational equivalent, highest achieved? What is your SPS stake? Actually, that'd be an interesting thing. Like, SPS staked versus educational, like highest education achieved.
Yeah. But then you'd have to control. You would have to control, unfortunately.
Sorry, mate. You're breaking up there.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like nothing can stop us from doing this. That does look pretty good in a Peak D post.
What I would say, what I was saying though about what you just said, yeah, you can probably hear me better now, right?
Yes, much better.
Yeah, sorry, but is that if that equation about educational attainment and socioeconomic, SPS stake was integrated, we would have to control for socioeconomic status based on the fact that Splinterlands is a truly globalized game, and some users are unfortunately less wealthy than others. And thus have less,
The other thing that just springs to my mind is that meme template where you've got that IQ chart as a continuum. We need to include that in the proposal somehow.
Has there ever been a meme proposal or like a periodic proposal on Splinterlands before?
Not to my knowledge.
My God.
But here we go. Here's the meme template. I don't even know what to say. I feel like I can just copy this underlying image and use that without any meme proposal. Rift watches for DEC, says Darren.
Ooh, that's not half bad. What's wrong with Rift watches, by the way?
There needs to be something about salt here as well.
About what?
Salt. Like
Salt.
sodium chloride.
Okay.
Let me put it in terms you can understand, my friend. Needs to be something about sodium chloride in this post.
Right. The increasing consumption of sodium chloride that
has led to a hardening of the arteries of the community.
Notably those from lower socioeconomic groups who are forced to rely on the hegemony of flash frozen food.
You just really want to use that homogeny word.
Well, I mean, I wrote my dissertation on hegemony, so
I wrote my thesis on representations of death in visual art.
That's a good thesis type.
Yeah, it was fun.
Mine was called Narratives of Hegemony, the Twilight of U.S. Imperialism. I
just like the word twilight in that context.
Yeah, me too. I just thought it was so like, I mean, I was an arrogant little, I can't say that word on school on TV. I was an arrogant little student at the time, and graduate student, and I thought it was so cool.
So guys, you're listening to the voice of Prime Rogue, who is a Splinterlands community member, human being, and academically frustrated individual.
Very.
Who, like many of us, appreciates humor and comedy. And contrary to popular belief, salt is not usually harmful to your health. Under a balanced organism, the body self-regulates the amount of salt it maintains. Something around that. Yeah, but if you were to introduce salt into everyone's daily coffee, because let's be real.
Some people do that via butter.
Yeah, I never got that. I never understood that.
I mean, I've had a few bulletproof coffees in my time. They're okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
They kind of ruin the coffee.
I really need to put my brawl teams in, because otherwise I will forget. Let me finish doing this while we think more about this proposal. Because now, like, the user experience is very important to this proposal.
Yes.
Instead of, once I hit create team, it would take me to a new screen. That screen would have a meme template on it. I feel like this needs a flowchart. This needs a flowchart. Every good paper has a flowchart.
Oh my god, I'm terrible at drawing flowcharts, but you're right.
I did it for 3 years as part of my job as a business analyst.
You go, boy.
I can make it like be proper formal ISO, whatever the standard is for flowcharts. Because begrudgingly,
there's a standard for flowcharts, like other than just the hegemony of APA and
like in terms of using your certain arrows, and a diamond is a decision point. A oval is your start and end points. There's all sorts of.
I think I would purposely misuse them.
You see that there's many flowchart memes that do that, and they're brilliant.
I want to combat the dominant narratives of the
dominant formats.
Yeah,
we must break away from this meta.
This imposed hegemony.
I feel like we're losing the audience here, but I'm enjoying myself way too much.
I mean, if you're losing your audience, you're probably doing something right.
There we go. Daru's got it. BPMNN. Business Process Modeling Notation, I think it stands for.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
That sounds horrific.
Because one of the guys in my team at work actually went to university and learned that stuff the proper way, and he gave me a crash course in like 10 minutes. And I'm like, okay, cool. I get it.
Okay, cool.
I didn't have to go to university for that whole time. Daru's thesis was around BPMNN. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I can't think of anything possibly worse. I understand now why you asked me for land. I want to see your flowchart, a BPMNN standard flowchart, Daru, of your process of asking me for land and how I reject these requests regularly.
I have another proposal suggestion that the community should vote on. That all land be made communal, and that it be written all in the style and it should be written in the original German in the style of Karl Marx.
Practical application of it to help specific products, not just silly theory. Yeah, because BPMN is also used to like describe other things, such as here's a piece of software and how it integrates with other bits of software and so on.
Is it used to describe tangible goods like, eggs versus, like in Canada we have strange labeling requirements in relation to what's juice and what's not juice.
We have a similar thing in Australia, but it's used for how much percentage of the good was made in Australia. So you've got these comical things where you go pick up a thing of bacon and it's got made in Australia from at least 3% Australian ingredients, and you look at the ingredients and it's like pork, water and salt. So the pork is brought in from overseas uncured, and it's basically just cured here. So the only Australian ingredients is the water and salt.
That's hilarious. That is truly hilarious.
But yeah, every food product generally has this on the front, and it's got like a progress bar almost of how much percentage of Australian ingredients it's got in the substance.
But I've ordered Vegemite and I haven't seen it on the Vegemite.
I think that's because that's just a given.
Oh, okay. I actually quite like Vegemite, to be honest with you. I don't know.
If you like Vegemite, there's also a competitor called Promite, which
okay,
is fundamentally the same, which I tend to prefer. I mean, they've got alternate purposes. Vegemite is awesome with beef. Like if you're cooking a beef stew, you just put a tablespoon of Vegemite in there, and it's incredible.
It sounds delicious, actually. I mean, I've done it. That's why it sounds delicious.
It's
it might have been Marmite. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, they're fundamentally quite the same.
No, yeah. Vegemite has a more nuanced taste, I would say.
Yeah, it's much saltier, I think.
I find Marmite saltier.
I don't know.
How did you guys come up with that? Just leftover...
I believe it was like wasted, like, byproduct of brewing beer.
Yeah, that's what I thought so too. And they just filled it up with vitamins and nutrients?
Yeah, it's fortified with like vitamin B primarily, I think.
I wonder if it was developed during the war.
A lot of things were developed during the war.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's an argument to be made that wars spur on incredible patterns of technological determinism.
Oh, we need to use that phrase in there. Technological determinism. But yeah,
only $1 million DEC to submit one?
100,000. 100,000 DEC to submit a proposal. It's worth it.
Bargain.
Yeah. Until you get like downvoted on Peaked and you destroy your Hive blockchain reputation, which really doesn't really mean all that much. But you know,
wait, by seeing your proposal downvoted, you're also downvoted on Peaked?
Yes. Because that's the initial mechanism of the community proposals. You post it onto Peaked or the Hive blockchain, and if someone downvotes you on there and they have a higher reputation than you do, you get a negative impact to your reputation.
And
send the DEC to me, says Daru.
But what determines whether a proposal goes to the full community or not?
Oh, it just goes. Because once it's published there, it goes. Like, this will appear on Peak D, it will appear on Splex. As long as you've done the burn process correctly, it just happens. There's a business process map out there governs how this works. I don't know if there's an actual business process map, but I hope so.
There's a certain elegance and beauty about that.
I don't believe they're vetted either, so it would just appear. I would burn one of my alt accounts for that proposal. Yes, we have a contestant. I've got tons of alt accounts that I could do.
How many alt accounts do you have approximately?
I've got like 16 different Hive accounts.
Wow. And they all play Splinterlands?
No.
Oh.
Sometimes I'm like, hey, this would be a really cool Hive account name to have. And I just go create that account.
Oh, yeah, I've done that too with Wax.
I have, for instance, the Bearded Smurf when I used to play across multiple accounts.
Oh, lovely.
What are other amusing accounts? Actually, I've got one of my friends posting keys, and he's the guy who's Matt Clark, who owns like all the Flesh Columns. It would be hilarious to fund a proposal published by Matt Clark that threatens to burn every Flesh Column in the game. He would hate me though.
Does Splinterlands Splinterlands does not have the ability to remote burn assets in users' wallets, does it?
No.
Yeah.
It's all it all comes back to having your posting key.
Right. It's kind of crazy to me. You only need one key on.
Well, there's the posting key, the active key. They all do different things.
So on Wax, we have 2 private keys and 2 active keys. We have the owner and we have the hotkey.
Yeah. On Hive, you've got your posting key, which enables you to put things on the blockchain. Your active key, which enables you to move funds and tokens around. You have a memo key, which allows you to send an encrypted memo to another user, which can only be viewed by their if they're logged in using their memo key. And then there's the owner key, which proves ownership of the account, allows account recovery. And then there's a master key as well, which is basically what would be your Bitcoin private key, let's put it that way. Which unlocks all the others. It's a pretty robust system. And
yeah, it is. I didn't know about all these other keys on Hive. You have to be an educated Hive user.
Oh yeah, I've been using Hive since before it was Hive, back when it was Steam.
Wait, Hive? Yeah. And is it because of Splinterlands that it was renamed Hive?
No, it got renamed Splinterlands before the fork, if I recall my blockchain historian side of my brain.
Lore.
Yeah, the blockchain historical accounts. But the reason it splintered away, which is also awesome that it was called Splinterlands, because there's so many puns there as well, is that a wealthy investor known as Justin Sun came along and bought basically a controlling stake in the blockchain, and then started doing governance that was essentially 51% attacks on the blockchain. Through control of the witnesses and such.
And the nodes, right?
Yeah. And the community didn't like that very much and decided to fork the blockchain. Yes, Starry, that was the Tron guy. A Steam Walk recap. Yeah, recap goes like this. Wealthy Justin Sun purchases company called Steamer Inc., which owned a large proportion of Steam, which is Steam, the governance token of the Steam blockchain. Steam Power enables you to vote for a supermajority of witnesses. He created what we basically called sock puppet witnesses, which he then installed in order to enact governance proposals that were not in the community's best interests, and basically acted only to solidify his power. And then the community basically said, no thank you, and forked the blockchain into Hive. and there was a really hilarious thing where some Steam was sent to an account prior to this powering up and changing of the rules, but because all of the witnesses had not yet been installed, I believe that somehow, yes, like SPL voting, Daru, some funds were intercepted and became part of a particular witness's account. Then that witness sent all of those funds that were going to be used for further solidifying the position of these supermajority of sock puppet witnesses were sent to a third-party exchange, Bittrex, and were held in limbo for like 2 or 3 years. I believe the lawsuit that was involved in that only just got settled a few months back. So yeah, it was. I hear there's going to be a pretty good movie about this one day because it's a great story, cautionary tale about the risks of governance. And Daru's like, so do we need to fork Splinterlands voting now? I mean, that's the thing. It's called Splinterlands, yet no one has forked Splinterlands. Yet, if you were to reverse engineer the website, you could fork Splinterlands and create your own game. No one's done this. Is this because there's no incentive to do so? Is it because no one wants to? Is it because someone read the entire terms of service and it might say that you're not meant to do that? I don't know. But if you're a talented developer, it would seem trivial.
I don't think it's because anybody read the entire terms of service.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe we should do that as a stream, Rick. Is Holazor and Rick read the entire Splinterlands terms of service?
I'm not against it.
Let's start.
I read
right now. Last updated July 1st, 2021. Actually, let's grab this and see what the grade level is according to that Hemingway. Like how dripping in legalese this material is when audiobook. Oh, it's grade 16. You need greater than high school education.
Grade 16 would be a full university diploma, or?
Yeah, pretty much. It's 5,634 words.
It
has 33 adverbs, 42 uses of passive voice. 85 phrases have simpler alternatives. That sounds like legalese to me. 102 of 193 sentences are very hard to read. 29 of 193 sentences are hard to read. So there's our benchmark for our proposal.
I should send you one of my postmodern philosophy papers from grad school. Be curious to see how it rated.
I've published some of my my stuff on Hive that I wrote in my thesis.
Was it upvoted or downloaded?
It was received with a lack of interest, generally speaking, as most of my content that's published on Hive is. Because that's how my brain tends to work. Yeah. I do like the highly interesting and relevant contribution by 0.0000000 Milk in the chat, who simply says milk.
Hey, Jim would be happy. So I'm sharing screen because I can't figure out how to get the link actually posted in the Peak D article.
Walk the grid, you probably need to put tags in or topics.
No, I mean, I can't download it. It just pulls up a white window with nothing. And if I try putting the link, then it doesn't actually put the image there. Like, I got the post up, but there's no image, right?
Let me bring you over to my main screen so I can see your screen share properly. No, just paste the image link in the body of the text. So right click on the image from the image generating website that you did. Copy. You can do copy image in Brave, or you can do copy image link.
Right click just gives me back, refresh, inspect, and mute.
What happens if you hit generate? Then you've got this.
Back, refresh, inspect.
That is bizarre.
Want to know the rest? Hey, by the rights.
I don't know things, but I do know that the people have suffered long enough. And we'll pick our last 3 winners now. Camino Chilis, welcome to the winner's circle. Are you still around?
Can I type something?
I mean, if you type the keyword, you might win.
How do I find the keyword?
Oh, it was Ricked.
As in RICKED?
With a double C.
Is there still a K or not?
Ricked, not like Walk the Grid, just typed it in chat.
I had it RICKED.
Yeah, there we go. Walk the Grid's got it for you now.
Thank you.
Is
that's the case, then I will be there.
Yeah, look, I don't actually remember, so it's going to be fun to find out in a second when I look at the screen again. So I'm just looking at the chat now. But
I think it's RICKED.
Truly, this has been one of the most unhinged Splinterlands TV streams I've ever done. And I love it.
And you still have an hour to go, don't you?
There's an astral entity. And I believe I now have 2 more rewards to give away. Yes, that's 4. So 2 more. And the keyword was RICKKED. I apologize. There's only 29 eligible users. And there's 2 more giveaways now.
That's a lot more than we're actually in the stream prior to some of February.
Yeah, I mean, how many people are watching us now according to Twitch? 69. Oh, God. I'm not going to say it. Oh, there he goes. He said it. All right. Next one is a Pokepox. And we're going to go clickety-click and see what Pokepox gets. It's a gold foil Tarsa. You can't read anything from my resolution. Yeah, that's a problem because I have a 4K monitor. And now, the grand finale is Giji Shoyu or Ange.Enkuru. That's their Hive username. So let's see what they get. Well, they did pay attention earlier, Mobitaire. And it's a silent Shavi. And that concludes the giveaway segment of our stream. Thank you for participating.
Have you given away everything for the entire stream?
Yeah, it's 3 per hour.
I like your efficiency in doing it.
I feel like I'd get sidetracked otherwise, you know, by perhaps writing elaborate proposals.
Fair point.
Let me just jump on over to Peak Monsters here and have a look and see if I've got some cards I can sell to fund this proposal. Because I kind of want to do this proposal. Because if you go to Explore and
I give up on
proposals, so you've got these 2 sections. So you've got community proposal suggestions. Community proposals are published on Hive and open for all community members who want to push forward their ideas on how to improve the Splinterlands ecosystem. A fee of 100k DEC is required for a proposal to be valid. Not, you know, academic merit or, you know, the sanity of the submitter. You can read more on the official announcement. You can vote on a proposal and change your mind. Keep in mind that a maximum of 5 votes are allowed on Hive, and after that limit, you're unable to change anymore. So, transfer 100k DEC tokens to Null from the same account that will be publishing the proposal post, and note the Hive blockchain transaction ID of the transfer. Publish a post on the Hive blockchain detailing the proposal and include the Hive blockchain transaction with the DEC payment as the very first line in the post. Tag the post with SPS proposal. Stakeholders can upvote the post if they wish to support the proposal or downvote the post if they do not support the proposal. After 7 days, when the voting period ends for the Hive blockchain post, the Splinterlands team will calculate the total SPS staked held by the users who upvoted the proposal and all users who downvoted the proposal. If the total staked SPS in the accounts that upvoted or downvoted the post is at least 5% of the total staked SPS in the system, at least 66% of those were upvotes, and the proposal meets other guidelines described below. Now, this is where we're probably going to get into trouble. The other guidelines described below, then the proposal will move to an official vote and be published on the proposals page of the Splinterlands website. Proposal guidelines. The SPS DAO has total control over the SPS voucher and license tokens. For everything else, the community may still propose changes, but it is ultimately up to the Splinterlands team whether or not to put those community proposals up for official voting, regardless of the outcome of the informal voting. Additionally, proposals must contain all of the details necessary for implementation. I don't think we'll have a problem with that.
No, absolutely not.
During the informal voting period, the author may make edits to the proposal to post or clarify things, or to make changes to some of the smaller proposal details requested by the community.
We would never need that.
I would never edit it. You know, once it's out there and published, that's it. Yeah. If we suspect that edits were made at the last minute in a way or an attempt to trick the stakeholders, no, that would never happen. Similarly, proposals should focus on one concept or change each. Ooh, that's rough. I think we cover a very diverse range of topics with our proposed.
It all encompasses one change, and that's the inevitable shift that humanity is.
It all comes into one thing, that death and the collection of your revenue, personal or business, is guaranteed.
100%.
It will also be possible for the community to vote for DAO funds to be spent to hire third-party developers to build certain features. I think we should create our own meme developing art house so we can develop these templates, and we'd be paid in SPS to develop the meme templates.
I think we should charge a fortune.
There's an active proposal to change how pre-proposals work. So if you wait until it passes, the rules will change, yes, and then it will definitely get into the game.
What if we wrote a proposal to eliminate proposals?
Sorry, I didn't hear you there.
Would it be possible to write a proposal to eliminate the use of proposals?
It would be possible to do so. But I would imagine that would be vetoed by the team, because it would be insanity.
But at the same time, it would be...
There was actually a proposal to allow proposals to take on governance. Like, the very first proposal was actually a proposal to allow proposals to carry weight.
And what happened to it?
It passed.
Of course.
Obvious.
If we go into the Splinterlands interface, you can actually go to the proposals tab, and you can look at all, and we can see the entire history of proposals.
I don't want to get controversial here, but the proposals go to are for action items for the DAO, right?
SPS governance first proposal actually had 74% for, 26% against, but it failed because at that point the rule was that I believe it had to be a supermajority of like 70-something%, 76%. But what was this proposal? For the initial version of the governance system, only the Splinterlands team will be able to submit proposals. In the future, the governance system will be opened up to anybody. Proposal voting. It just goes on to talk about how it works on the blockchain. Those thresholds are subject to change as we see how initial voting goes. So that was the first proposal. Then there was splitting ranked battle rewards between the leagues. Then reallocate SPS from the team pool to the tower defense reward pool. This was the Rift Watchers pre-sale where some people got salty about missing out on Dr. Blight and wanted refunds.
It was Usher, not Dr. Blight, and
right.
Those
Something
people
like
were
that.
A lot of them were verifiably or were entirely reasonably salty. Like those of us who bought exactly 50 packs just to get our guaranteed Usher, and then because we were fucking like 3 seconds too late and had no warning about the fact that it was already sold out, we ended up not getting our Usher. And if we'd had the warning, then we wouldn't have even bought the packs because we would have been able to better allocate that SPS somewhere else.
So there was a series of proposals about that. Then there was also begin SPS reward payouts for tower defense pack holders. Begin SPS reward payouts for land holders. Adjust reward cards based on card level, which was about the distribution of rewards. So if you're playing in Diamond but you're using a level 3 card and everything else in your team was maxed, be 6 divided by the total percentage of max card that you had, which would then multiply by your other things that influenced your reward to get your reward. Add SPS rewards for guild brawls, which is pretty self-explanatory. Price validator node licenses in DEC, which spectacularly failed. I guess that's another meme template there. And then price Rift Watcher packs in DEC, which is what Daru mentioned about being a meme one.
Oh, yeah.
Replace DEC liquidity pool rewards with SPS. That one passed. And you can see which side of history I was on in each of these as well, because it's got my original vote. So I did the wrong thing here, apparently. Here I was on the right side of history. Here I was on the wrong side of history, but I've downvoted all of those Rift Watchers proposals because I bought like 2,000 Rift Watchers packs. That one,
yeah, I've heard
that one was good. I was on the right side of history. That one I was on the right side of history. This one I was not, because I'm like, what about all those players who have got awesome decks? They're competing and punching above their weight against other players. They should be rewarded for being able to use a level 2 card in Diamond and win. So that was my reasoning for voting against that one. Sure, I supported not pricing validator nodes or Rift Watchers packs in DEC. If you were to redo these, I would be supporting both of these emphatically with a much higher stake than what I had at this period of time.
What changed your mind on that?
Look, there's too much DEC in circulation, Rick. That's what. And it will
I figured that's what it was, but...
Yeah. Daily burn of unsold Chaos Legion packs. I supported this. I also supported the pricing Blood and Power Stones in DEC, even though I've never purchased a Bloodstone or Power Stone and probably never will. Sell 2 billion DEC for DEC or vouchers. My vote was a big no on that one, but yet it passed. SPS DAO.
You're still on the right side of history.
Yeah. SPS DAO should stake an additional 28 million SPS. I said no. So did 52% of the community. Peak Monsters, create a dashboard to view and interact with community proposals. Of course, we're going to let Jarvie have 1 SPS. I wonder if he ever got paid that SPS from the DAO.
I certainly hope so. If not, the second turn of events.
Yes. The SPS DAO minting a promo card for SPS stakers. Now, as a large staker of SPS, I said no to this because I felt like the team could focus their efforts on other things. I also said no to boosting land survey chances by burning DEC or DECB because I had voted no to DECB, so it followed that my logic was I'm going to say no to this. I also said no to reserving enough Chaos Legion packs to provide rewards until Rebellion because guess what? Those packs are still coming out in rewards, and it's done not very much to the price of cards now that the edition has sold out. Also, I have a significant number of Chaos Legion packs that I would prefer increase in value instead of decrease in value since this has happened. But that's personal agenda as opposed to a view of community. This revised surveying proposal I supported. This proposal was way too vague to have any credit, so it got downvoted. I did not support 30 million SPS to pursue exchange listings. Land SPS distributed to those who surveyed. This was a very important one to pass because it followed with the team's intentions, which led into the Splinterlands proposal to distribute land SPS rewards via mining. Splinterlands will try to attempt anti-bot measures. So I voted against this one with the argument that that you can't truly control bots. There's too many counterbot measures. Revamp the DAO fees, market fees rather. Said yes. This is now up to a second community proposal, which is modified. And it looks like the community is much happier with it. Instead of it being a DAO royalty, 2% of market fees will get burned instead. Change the threshold for passing the pre-proposal phase. It looks like this one's going to pass as well. The audio has loud scraping. It's probably me scratching my beard, or it's feedback from other microphones in the Discord. Thank you for letting us know. Birds bees. Or it's just the bots in the background trying to take over.
Yeah, that's it.
They're scraping up the door.
It's out of modern. We're going to kick you out of life.
But yeah, there's a recap of every SPS proposal since we've been doing this since August 24 last year. So is it August the 24th today? No, it's May the 22nd. So in 3 months' time, we would have had this proposal system in play for a year. And I sort of have to ask myself, what have we really achieved in a year as a DAO? And I'd say not a whole lot. I know that's probably a controversial take.
I don't think it's very controversial at all as to why we haven't achieved a lot. That would be controversial.
Yeah.
But it's because people's wasting so much time worried about bots, trying to control things that they cannot control.
Printing DECB.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd have way more DEC still in the system if it wasn't for DECB, but we'd also have a lot more vouchers. We'd have no VRUs, so I guess there's that.
I don't think those things are necessarily like if we didn't have the it came after, it probably would have affected it.
And it looks like these two community proposals are going to pass as well, become real proposals again. That is the simplest explanation, same as a politician. I would allege that most political responses to questions are turbocharged gaslighting. It's not even gaslighting. It's like, how can we misdirect the answer to something completely... It's really... And I know that the Splinterlands community is a highly educated bunch of people. It's a complicated game. You need to have some significant brain power to A, be able to log into the game, B, understand how to play the game, and then C, have fun and enjoy the game to understand the depth of the gameplay thing. But I am really upset by the way in which politicians talk to people, and your person of average or below average intelligence would just be strung along way worse than any spinster or salesperson by the way in which politicians use language to deceive people. And it upsets me that we live in a community where people can so easily be misled. That's my political rant. Not saying political party A bad, political party B bad, just the way in which politics is done, at least in my country and many other countries of the world, is double talk. And hey, George Orwell's on the phone going, "Told you so," in that novel of his, 1984. Buy my Shinlo and I'll burn one of the DEC. Sure, I'll buy your Shinlo for 2 DEC, which means we're burning 50% of the total DEC, which is a success. Do you think that the proposals that we had in the DAO weren't of the same lack of quality? I think it's someone will write something, and to them it will make perfect sense, and it will seem like it's the better idea, but a lot of the proposals are in the absence of any outside input. So as a result of that, it's very much, this is idea mine, idea me, but there isn't that sort of broader engagement with the community. There's no quantitative analysis on what will this proposal actually mean. It's not written up like a business case, let's put it that way, Daru. It doesn't have the BPMN, which is so hard to say, in there. It's not very, this is the objective of this proposal and this is how we will measure whether or not it worked or not. I mean, DECB is a resounding failure because it failed to bring DEC to PEG. That is an objective analysis.
Never even had a chance to.
Yeah. And Rick and I mathematically proved this while it was in a pre-proposal state. Yet, here we are. What would be success in the bot one? Yeah, no one even defined what a bot was. No one defined the way in which it would be done. No one did any analysis. It is called a proposal, not a thesis, but there needs to be some sort of respect for the community's time to put together something that is well written, well intentioned, and considerate of consequences. Because otherwise, that is what gets people to grab their little ice picks and go down into the salt mines and go and obtain. I'm just going to change to my lecture screen now. I feel like there should be a lectern in front of me. And I think we may have put Prime Rogue to sleep. Is that snoring that I hear? Or is that you, Rick?
I was just scratching my head. But yeah, I'm definitely starting to nod off myself.
I think I've finally done it. I finally put someone to sleep with my streams. I don't want a thesis, but I don't want a political vague statement with just the ideal scenario. Yeah, like less is more in terms of a proposal. And a well-written proposal should be able to get its point across in probably 200 words. If it needs more than 200 words and your idea is too complex, and you need to break it down into smaller parts, because part A will do this. Once part A is implemented, if it's implemented, then we can move on to part 2, which is the way in which a lot of the Splinterlands development has occurred. So when people are looking at the SPS staking changes, and they're saying this is going to result in less rewards for me, the other thing that this actually does is it doesn't result in less rewards, it just decreases the frequency at which you obtain those rewards, which means you need to spend more time playing the game in order to get that same level of reward, which in the context of reward cards means that it will take you longer to max out your set of reward cards. So your expectation might have been, I could do this in 6 months to a year, but that may now take 2 years to max out all your reward cards. So it's the team also buying themselves time and extending the longevity of something that they've already rolled out to give them time to develop other things, new things, before they can then roll out with another set of reward cards when everyone's bored of the current ones and they don't want them anymore. Do you agree with that, Rick?
Yeah, for the most part. I still maintain that there were way too many of the surround reward cards, and that they would have, or even if it was going to be 43, could have at least been spread out rather than just dumped all at once.
Yeah. And hey, EJ90, thank you for the subscription there. We appreciate it on Splinterlands TV. Everyone who does subscribe, whether it's with Prime or whether it's with funds, that does go to all the streamers. It gets distributed based out on the hours they spend streaming. So thank you. I appreciate that. And proposals are meant to only delve into the positives of the proposed change or idea. It is through brainstorming that both sides will be weighed. Yeah, I think that you have to be self-aware that you know that by focusing or introducing idea A, idea B will then need to be dismissed or not be relevant or part of the conversation. Like if you buy a red car, you will have a red car, you will not have a blue car. So there is a pro and a con. It may be a pretty trivial pro or a con. But the other con is if you bought the red car, you're depriving somebody else of having the red car. That's a pretty crazy example, but pretty absurd example, rather. Crazy is probably not the right word. But yeah, I have no problem patiently waiting for my Soulbound cards to max out at a future point in history. We did do it, Rick. We put Prime to sleep. She's great.
Yeah, definitely happens.
I'm just gonna mute him here on my Discord so we don't have that in the background.
I got it.
You got it at a server level? Nice. Let me bring my chat back. So the memes are true. I finally put people to sleep. It's so good. Prime is crashed. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to talk about after that rant and ramble. It was a pretty good rant and ramble, I think. As far as my rambles go, that would be in the top 3, maybe top 2. Also, can we take a moment to just appreciate the SPS DAO icon here? How great is that? It's a beautiful image. No. Nobody appreciates it. Well, did anybody tag me in any memes?
I tried to.
No, here we go. Just for me. Oh yeah, there's a link here. I can still get there.
Okay, cool.
Splinterlands TV, Splinterlands community, guy recording a fight. Splinterlands TV is recording the Splinterlands community and he's from the company. So we're just doing commentary, right? I've never seen this meme format before. So let me see. I can go copy image address. Then I can go back over to your post here, Rick. And then just reply and paste it in the comments and go, this is the meme. But again, I don't have a potato or potato or whatever it is you call it. And here, have a vote for daring to do a Splinterlands meme. We've got Bordels, which I've already shared with everyone. Yeah, you won something, Camino Chiles. I don't know what it was. You'll have to wait until the account sends it to you. Sorry, buddy. Because I have a Tevril. Tevril? Tevril is like terrible, but said wrong. Terrible memory. Now, the other thing that I was going to do was to go look at my rentals, which are for sale, no. Rentals, yes. Delegated, no. And then anything that's 1 BCX and not gold that isn't currently rented to somebody, it no longer serves a purpose in my collection. I think maybe Elven Mystic is an exception here. No, they are not. Because I was thinking they might have Dispel at 1 BCX.
No, they don't. But you can just send that to me. I need it. I don't have a.
Yeah, but
I don't have single BCX of any Untamed cards for whenever you pull yours back.
I need to fund this meme proposal somehow. Oh, there's quite a few single BCX Chinvilkas there. I could get like 60 cents for those. The other thing I should probably double check is my land spreadsheet to see if indeed any of these are useful on my land, even though they're 1 BCX. I doubt very much that they will be.
I doubt very much that they will be, but yeah, it's probably a good thing to check.
I don't know. I'm very much the whole checking. What is that?
It's the type of account where you're not savings.
Measure once, cut twice. Isn't that how it goes? Or measure twice, cut once?
Measure?
Measure? Yeah. I concur.
Me?
Do you have
sure.
peeked with that spreadsheet? Yes, I have my spreadsheet of stuff. But it doesn't have card IDs in my spreadsheet. It only has card names. But it would be easy enough to reverse engineer the card names to the card IDs. I actually should look to see what you can use on land. Well, there's my post about that, which I will belligerently bring up, even though it's outside of its reward window. I go to my blog. You're asking for the logic, not the names? Yeah, the logic is there. It's just convoluted amongst me abusing myself and the reader. Wow, it's had 150 plus views. There it is, Daru. All the logic is in there. The most important logic is me saying don't send land to Daru unless you want to see chaos unfold. See, that's this part of the post here. Let me make that bigger. Lost my spot because I scrolled in too much. But yeah, all the code is there, the table is there. There's just no process map, Daru, I'm sorry. See, here we go. What do you want out of your land? SPS, prioritize occupied. Secret of Praetoria, prioritize magical. Grain and other natural wonders, prioritize natural. Despair and chaos, send your land to Daru. And then I've clearly delineated what my order of preference is, which is SPS and the secret, the natural wonders. And then I've just included a screenshot of that text for posterity. But yeah, then there's the listing of everything, some more code, more Excel stuff, how to do a pivot table, blah-de-blah, blah, blah. And then apparently 23 comments. And this person never used Python before, been wanting to learn. The import pandas give me module not found error, no module named pandas. I installed pandas in terminal correctly. And then I gave them advice, despite me saying that if you get a debug error, go ask ChatGPT, don't ask me in the comments. So that person was belligerent, but I still replied, because I'm a nice person sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time. The Excel stuff is what interests you. The Excel stuff isn't particularly sophisticated. It's the most basic of pivot tables. The real magic happens joining the data in the back end to do the Python stuff. Excel is good. Google Sheets are worse. But Power BI is even worser. But after, what, 50, 60 years of evolution of using computers, they're still the most widespread use data analysis tools that we have in terms of numbers of analysis done, not volume of analysis done, which is kind of upsetting. I don't know about you, Rick, but I kind of sometimes look at like streets or the city or wherever I'm going or driving, and I think we've only done this sort of in like the last 150 to 200 years. That's not a particularly long period of time. And we could have really done better. Just as humanity is concerned, I think. And I don't want us to look at Splinterlands like that one day in the future. That we could have done better. Because we could have done really good stuff.
Unavoidable, actually.
Sorry?
I think that's unavoidable in any context.
Yeah.
Looking back and thinking how you could have done things better is part and parcel of human life, because you're never going to get anything 100% correct.
True. There's me being reality checked by Rick. Except the one thing that you can get 100% absolutely true is that any chicken wings without hot sauce on them is completely wrong. I would rather throw those chicken wings in the bin than not have hot sauce on them. I don't know, that's just me. But that's
the Carolina barbecue sauce, nice and tangy. Yeah. Sometimes I get into work and I'm just fucking starving from my walk, and I just nom, and like, as soon as I walk in, there's extra wings right there. I'll just grab one out of the bowl and just eat it like straight up. Like, it doesn't have to have. I agree that it's better with hot sauce.
Like earlier today, I was like, I feel like hot sauce, but I don't feel like any real food. So I just poured myself a little bowl of sauce by some people. They make it locally here. The sauce is called Sacrificial Burnings, and it is a black sauce in terms of its color.
Wow!
It is actually black, and I just had it with some nice little corn chips, and I regretted it because it was much more potent on corn chips than it is on food. Also, much more potent cold than it is warm. And it's only got like habanero and ghost pepper in there, but yeah, it gave me a nice little extended burn. Also has lime in there as well, which probably helped. But yeah, well, maybe now that I'm better from my chest infection, I was just like, oh, I can taste things properly now. That hurts. If it's black, it's good for you. Yep. Vegemite's black.
Coffee's black.
I don't know.
The correct coffee is.
Yeah, at least that not diluted with the what's the fancy word I want to use here?
Poison?
The poison? I wouldn't really call milk poison. It's more about like the non-genetically aligned nutrient produced by animal. Vegemite equals toe jam? Come on, Boba Fett, you're an Aussie. Don't spread such misinformation amongst the Twitch chat. I've eaten spicy noodles on stream before. I haven't done the Vegemite on stream before.
I remember that.
Yeah. I should do like a Promite eating, like Promite on toast on my Thursday stream. Just an excuse for me to have carbohydrates because I generally don't. I'm gonna play a battle because I'm rambling too much. Meandering off topic a bit too much today, I think. Not that I really mind all that much. I've had fun. My brain's been stimulated. Ferocity, Amplify, Equalizer. Only 13 mana. Well, I guess I'm not doing Llama plus Flesh Golem because playing 5 creatures with 13 mana in Equalizer is better than playing 1 creature. I was going to say Death Splinter because Death Splinter is really underrated in low mana matches. But I think Dragon Splinter is also underrated in low mana matches. Yeah, let's go Dragon. And we can slip in a Braz. Dragon and Life. So then we can throw in the Conjurer. Naga Assassin, Braz. Celestial Harpy feels like a must. We got some 1 mana creatures we could throw in. There's no heal for that poor Conjurer. We could definitely throw in that Soul Fiend for more speed. And use our 2 mana. Maybe Dax Paragon. Herbalist. Let's do Herbalist. We'll see if we win. Conjurer too much HP. Yeah, but it's Equalizer. Watch me get wrecked by like a Fire Splinter Last Stand. That's probably what's going to happen. No, that is not what happened. Oh, and it's a Zeracon. People accuse me of being a whale. Look at this, just a casual opponent in the team. At least it's not gold foil. But yeah, that opponent is going to mean I'm going to lose. Absolutely get trashed. And Vraz is going to be completely ineffectual in their martyring. Didn't even want to watch the rest of it. Knew I'd be defeated. Absolutely crushed. So sad. So mad. Not really mad. Just, you know, I could have done better. I could have done much, much better. And now we will jump into another battle. Oh, is Schnapoon playing a Zeracon's account? I didn't know that. Earthquake, healed out, unprotected. This is all not really all that relevant to my interest in the teams I'd like to submit. But let's go Deep Swimmer and go look at Flying Machines. Gargoyle Lion could be relevant to my interests. So could Gargoyle Devil. The Shadow not so much. Ooh, Deceiver time, you're right. But we'll get wrecked by a single snare. Who's going to be our Death Summoner? It's got to be Dallin, right? Nah, Alster. There we go. Then we've got our snare. Then we can throw in our other snare. So we've got double snare. Bolodon's got enough health to stand on their own there. Not enough. Astral. Phase. Then I can't play Cthulhu. Yeah, let's go the Phase. Let's go the Phase Master. Okay. We've got 6 mana left. There's no armor. Oh, Void Dragon. Beautiful. Perfect. They're a flying machine. And then finally, I'm going to put Dragon Spirit in just in front of Void Dragon so that if they bring Snipe with Snare, there's immunity there. But there's no Snipe or Snare. Boy, am I glad I've got that True Strike. Those weakness. Not very good for my team. I don't have a lot of health. Bye. 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 So we didn't dodge a single magical attack because the enemy had way too much speed. Oh, there we go. We dodged one. But then it was all over. So, 2 games, 2 losses. Let's lose again. Let's enjoy losing. Oh, so tired. The usual performance by Deceiver. I knew I shouldn't have done it the moment you mentioned it, Bordell. Stampede, weak magic, enraging. Well, feels like a Grandmaster Wraith. Or maybe a kitty. Yeah, kitty. I just hope our opponent doesn't also have kitty. Brightwing. A slow. A repair. With another slow? Nah. Any other swiftness? Just want to go quick. Yeah, Naga can come along. Now. Blood. Lust. Jared Scar. And where is my other beloved trample? Where is my desert dragon? There they are. Don't know if Jared Scar's the right choice. I'm going to throw him away. Widow Sharon. We've got 1 mana left. Let's go with Lens Master. Try and maximize the blind. But it would be all for naught if they to bring a Whatchakajigga, a kitten. I hope that will not be the case. Right. Oh, they did. They went exactly the same, which is highly annoying because it renders my selections pretty much pointless. And I went with so much magic in a weak magic rule set without a shatter. But I do have that piercing. Just need that retaliate to trigger. I've wasted my resurrections on people that were not helpful. And then my retaliate triggered when I was already dead. Because if it triggered before then, I would have trampled the entire enemy team in one go. Sadness. Much sadness. So now I'm going to use my final energy in the last 5 minutes of my stream. Did I, just for my own brain, yeah, I didn't do that whole stop renting on those cards, which is what I wanted to do. There we go. Otherwise I would have forgotten. Tisbut scratches, one's out, unprotected. Alster, my dear friend. Do we have a reflection shield to bring along? We do. Do we have an amplifier to bring along? We do. Do we have a void to bring along? We do. And a triage will also be highly useful. And now we have 10 mana, but we're not going to use 10 mana. We are going to use 9. Is that the only reflection shields available? Yeah. Okay, so you need to go right at the back, Kane, because you're going to be the most useful. Jin's going to be our tanky boy. Let's see how this goes. Oh, so much magic reflect. Man, that did so much damage. Where did all my health go? It's just no health left whatsoever on anybody. Even though it was only a reduction of 1 health due to the single weaken. It's just none of my guys had any health left. And that's what GG'd me. Are you guys having any delay in Hive transactions? I haven't noticed any. But I also haven't really been making any other than Splinterlands games this last little bit. That's all of my energy gone. And with about 2 minutes left on my stream, this is the part where you guys get out your tissue boxes or your handkerchiefs or your rolls of toilet paper, whatever it is that you weep into because you're sad that I'm about to depart and won't be back again until Thursday, 3 days from now, at the same time, in the same place, possibly wearing the same robe. I'm not 100% sure. So you guys should leave in the chat whatever it is that you guys use to cry into, because I'm interested. It's part of the research into Splinterlands demographics. And white flag, it's like I must surrender and cry at the same time. I love that. I can't help but cry. Everyone else is happy to get rid of me. Look, will we ever see you again? Isn't that the line from a song? I don't know. I'm not a karaoke master, so I don't know. I believe Bordel is a karaoke master. It's like a Pokemon master, but for music. Because we're certainly not Splinterlands masters, and unfortunately there's 12 minutes until I can claim my reward, so I can't share that with you today. Am I ever going to see your face again? Yeah, that's a song. And yeah, for the unfortunate ones who come back again on Thursday, you will see my face again. But This is a really long and extended farewell. So long. The best kind, you know. You just got to get enough tears to well up behind people's eyes. That, you know, one day you guys will say farewell to me on stream for the last time, but you won't know it'll be for the last time. And then you'll be truly sad. So make all of your goodbyes count. And this is one of them. So I will catch you all again on Thursday. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. And have a good, wonderful existence. Cheers.